class, and welcome to ECS 116, Teaching in a Diverse Society. This is our instructions for Module 1, as well as a little bit of an overview of the course and its layout in Canvas. So my name is Thesa Ropke, and I'm going to be your instructor. Super excited. This is one of my favorite classes. So the way the class is set up is it's set up in modules. So there'll be 8 modules, and each module is going to cover a 2-week period of the course. So today I'm going to go over week 1 in this video, and then I'll have a subsequent video for week 2, but both will be located in the same module. So the first thing I want to do is go over our course menu. So what you're going to see here on the left-hand side of Canvas is there's a home, which would bring you back to the basics here. Then we also have our announcements area, which is really important. I send out a weekly announcement, sometimes more often as necessary. And note that these usually also come out in an email format, so you might want to check your email as well. Here is syllabus. So within the syllabus, I also have our course calendar for those of you that like to see things in advance. And I want to show you something in case you don't know. If you click on that particular area, what will happen is you will see the actual image of the document come up. So you can see here's our syllabus, and you don't have to actually download it, so some students like that. And then you can click here to minimize. And if you want to download it into your own space or print it, you would double click, and then it would give you a save as prompt, which you can see down here where you can either save it or open it. And then we also have our course calendar. So usually I'll post the first 2 weeks, but I went ahead and said, you know what, I'm going to put the whole thing online. So right now we're just going to focus on week 1 here and week 2 of the course. Okay, this particular one. And you can see that to close it, you would just minimize. Now, here's a really important part of the class. This is where you'll spend most of your time under modules. And you can see here, it says start here, module 1, getting started orientation. So it might look like this right now, or it might look like this. So if you do happen to have your page looking like this, all you have to do is click on the little arrow and the entire module will open. So before we go through the module though, I want to just go ahead and show you the discussions area. This is where we're going to be having most of our conversations. I wanted to show you that there is an instructor cafe, which is a place where you can post questions for the rest of the group or myself. Please know I only check this area once a week, sometimes more often, but if you have a more direct question or need an immediate response, your best way to do that is to email me directly at tropke@hancockcollege.edu. You can also find that information here under account. It'll say my name. Right now I'm in the student view, so you won't see me, and you also can look on the syllabus for that. Okay, so introductions is week 1's activity. Then we also have assignments. So these are all the assignments for the course. Some of the information will not be readily available because it's based on a timeline, but you can click into each one of these assignments and it will give you additional information. So let me show you, for example, oh, there's a smiley face. That's going to be really important to remember. Here's one of our assignments you'll do in week 1 also. And then you can check your grades, and that's what I really like about Canvas is the grades are, here it tells you what each assignment is worth and its point values. And then what will happen is as you get graded on the assignments, your scores will pop in here. All right. So let's go ahead and go back to modules, and within module, what's important to know about the module is you want to complete all of the activities prior to the discussion board before you post. And that is a little different for week 1 because in week 1 I'm just having you introduce yourself. But when we get into week 2, there's actual content involved, and so I want to make sure that you understand that you need to be able to do all of this before you get into discussion board posting. So you're going to work your way through the module. So the first thing that we have here for week 1 is clicking on the Are You New to Canvas? Important information to support success. So we've had Canvas now mandatorily for 2 terms. It's our 2nd term. Some of you might have had Canvas this summer prior to last spring. So here's a really great place on how to create your own profile, which means getting your picture up here. And then also here's a starter guide. The really great thing about Canvas is that it has a 24-hour student support, both online and you can call, and Blackboard did not have that. So here also is a link about Canvas terminology, so you probably want to take a peek at that. Really important that we check out netiquette here, which is how we interact online. This is a classroom environment. There is a level of professionalism and conduct that's required, so you definitely want to check that out. A few other words here. I believe that this was a smiley face. I'm going to need to go back and check that out. Sometimes also with online classes, links break, things happen, so it's also really important you're going to let me know about that. So here's where we get into instructions, and I have a feeling I have not updated the dates yet. Let's see. Oh, no, we're good. So this is going to go ahead and give you an overview of the course, modules, and then when you see these highlighted areas, you can click on them and it should take you to that space. Let's see. Yes, it does. Awesome. Love it when things work. We're going to go back again. So really week one, if we look at our objectives, week one is really about you being able to identify key areas of the course, understand where to find various types of course information, how and where to post for discussion boards, find that instructor cafe, which I've already showed you, and then introduce yourself to classmates. So that's really what we're focusing on here in week one. So we get into instructions. Each module will have a list of instructions that you're going to be working through. And you can see here I have not updated those dates, so I will do that for you. So it aligns with your course calendar. And know that it says over the first week, review the syllabus, course calendar, and then complete the following. You're just going to kind of check those off. I also have directions on how to add a file to your post, because I am asking as part of discussion board 1 that you do a self-portrait, a hand-drawn self-portrait. I'm not grading you on your art ability, I'm grading you more on you sharing yourself with others and more about yourself. So we're going to take a peek at that next, our discussion board with the introductions. So you can see here that I'm asking for you to write a paragraph about yourself that describes you, who you are, and why you are taking this class. Please add the reason why you're taking the class and what you'd like to learn, what experiences you have with diversity, multicultural education, and interacting with others in diverse workplaces or groups. Draw a self-portrait and attach it to your post. And lastly, give us a fun fact about yourself. So after you post it, you will have to log back in and you will respond to 2 to 3 other students. You're welcome to respond to more, but I'm looking basically for 2 to 3 students. I also want to make sure you read here about the parameters of discussion board posts. Almost done. So our last fun thing that we're going to do is we're going to locate smiley faces within the course. Each smiley face is diverse in nature. Here's one. This is worth 10 points, and what I'm asking for you to do is in a Word document, type up the location and type of smiles that you found. So you're going to tell me where you found them and what they look like, and you're going to upload that under assignments. So you see here you have this blue link. You're going to click Submit Assignment. You can browse your computer. You can add your form, you can give me a comment if you want, say hello, click submit, all finished. So for week 1, your biggest responsibility is getting acclimated to the course. For some of you may have a little more work to do in terms of getting acclimated to Canvas. You're going to introduce yourself with a self-portrait and attach it, and then you're going to submit the 10 smiley faces which are hidden and embedded in the course. So don't email me and say I can't find all of them, because they are there. And lastly, have fun. Any questions whatsoever, there's no silly question, please email me tropke@hancockcollege.edu. Talk to you soon.